These are the VRS Direct Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Side gunning for a goal, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome into the iRacing World Challenge presents the Rod Knock Cup for round 7 of season 1 here of this season. I'm your commentator Hamish Munro, bringing you all the action through sight and sound by way here of the Infinity Broadcasting Twitch and YouTube channels. If you're watching along with us for the first time, or you've been here for a little while and you haven't done so already, if you're watching over on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on the channel. So much action, in fact, to come your way all throughout the rest of 2025, so we would so appreciate it if you would join us on the journey. We come into tonight's event out at Talladega Superspeedway with a couple of little tidbits to mention prior to tonight's event. One of them being the driver of the 212 machine, Chris Tomlin, has been put onto probationary period after the actions under last week's pace car involving himself and the 3-car Andrew Halloran. And then aside from that, the 3-car of Andrew Halloran has actually been banned from the Rod Knock Cup due to his actions of retaliation, and then also the actions involving other drivers for himself as well. So we wish Andrew the best of luck racing wherever else it may be he is racing. But he is not a part of the Rod Knock Cup anymore. We'll have a quick look though at the numbers as they stand for our standings at the moment. Now, a drop round has been included for these standings. It is all tied up at the top at the moment. Jack Anderson and Chris Tomlin on 205 points apiece. So the race win last week for Anderson at Langley, and then the not so good run for Tomlin has allowed Anderson to equalise the gap and make it a 0-point gap between the top two. Kurt Chapman in P3 of the championship is on 204 points. So he's technically P2, but he's third overall. He's only 1 point away from those guys. David Lawler on 195 in fourth place. And with the field size we've got tonight, those points could swing his way if it goes on his side of the coin here this evening. Johnny Rowe on 178 points as well in P5. He's tied with Drew Halloran, although he won't gain any more points for the remainder of the season. Aaron Smith on 173 ahead of Ash DeVries, Jordan Ferguson. They're both tied on points on 156. Both of those drivers are in the field tonight. Aaron not participating here tonight at Talladega. So we'll see who comes out on top between Ash and Jordan. Daniel Harding then makes up the top 10 with Gravy Taskin making his long awaited return to the series, currently P11 in the points standings. He will get into the top 10 after tonight's event, as long as he makes it to 75%, so then he will get points. He will pass Daniel Harding, and he will go into 10th place in the championship. Luke Crum, Chris Blanchard, Troy Stonestreet, Kyle Gretz, Jaden Green, Scott Rankin, Billy Mole, Blake Warboy, Steve Daniels, Jack Michelson, James Boardman, and Aaron Cooper makes up the points tally at this stage in time. Qualifying, though, has been underway throughout this whole period, and we'll give you guys the update on the current standings here as qualifying looks to come to an end. We've got a couple of chats out there already. Alexander Darakas giving the love to Gravy Taskin. Let's go, Taskin! So he's got the supporters out there. There's Gravy. Butt picker in the chat, yeah. It's saying, Daggy, yeah. Rankin goes hard. Let's go P36. And then Dylan in the chat as well, giving the love to Jack Anderson, last week's race winner as well. So we'll see how these drivers progress here tonight throughout the proceedings of the race. Chop Tomlin at the moment sits pole position. He's the only car left out on track, cutting a lap at this stage here in qualifying. So he'll look to solidify that pole position by coming round and finishing out this lap for himself with a 212 car. I mentioned he's on a probationary period. What does this mean exactly? Well, it means that if he gets into any sort of trouble, any sort of actions very similar to what he did last week at Langley, much more harsher penalties will then come toward him again. So we wanted to give him a warning for that. But he should be fine. If he starts on pole, starts at the front, not really under pressure from anybody at the moment, it'll be pretty good for him. Could work out well across the period as well. A couple of drivers haven't set times. David Lawless, Scott Rankin, Alexander Ferguson, formerly Nick Ferguson of Visa Cash App Red Bull Racing Team. Didn't win last week. He finished P2. Wasn't good enough for Helmut Marko, so he got dropped. So now Alexander Ferguson of Greece is going on a Jet 2 holiday apparently to Shagaloof. and is representing Princess Orange Racing. Apparently is on the sign-up sheet from him this week, so very interesting choice of team name. We'll see if that has anything to do with delivery. He may be running on board that Toyota Camry. Somehow, every time he loses a job in the grand scheme of teams, he somehow gets to keep the car. He gets to continue rolling around in the number 21 Toyota Camry. I don't know how he's managed to get that sort of a deal happening, unless he's owned the car the whole time and he just goes to the teams and they put their paint on it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a good deal for him at this stage. Qualifying, though, looks to have come to an end. Chop Tomlin has classified himself in pole position with a time of 55.24. The aim of the game tonight for Talladega will be, undoubtedly, foot to the floor, hope and pray for the best, and just make sure that you make it round this massive super speedway, home in the Talladega 500, and make sure that you get some positive points off the back of it as well. And that there is what the aim should be for these drivers here this evening. For our championship contenders of Tomlin, Anderson, Chapman and Lawler, they've got to try and maximise their points as best they can tonight as well. So we'll be looking forward to seeing how this progresses across the race here this evening. Warm-up session's about to begin. 5 minutes for these drivers to get settled and get themselves prepared for warfare going forward throughout the rest of this race event here this evening. Jaden Brandon in the chat as well, giving the love to Project 36. Great to have you guys watching along with us once again. We so appreciate everybody coming along and joining us on the journey thus far. It's been absolutely fantastic to see the love of the viewers out there watching with us throughout the season. There is Alexander Ferguson, specifically spelled Aleksander is the spelling of his name. Hometown is a Jet 2 holiday to Shagaloof. So, representing Greece here this evening is Alexander. So, well, we can go for it. We might have a quick chat to last week's winner, Jack Anderson of the 39 machine. Let's have a quick chat to him in this warm-up session. Jack Oz, I've stolen you away, and even though your intro song is playing, I had not unmuted Discord yet, so we didn't get bombed by your intro song. Qualifying done and dusted. Long race ahead of us here at Talladega. How much death do you predict as one of the drivers out there?
I'm hoping that it'll actually be alright. So, it should be okay.
Yeah, I think from what I saw in practice, drivers weren't doing too bad. And obviously getting you guys prepared for what's to come in this race as you murder Johnny Rowe. So...
Yeah, we got to get it out of the way before the race.
To be fair, you get it done and out of the way prior to the green flag flying, then I suppose that's okay. It means we're not going to get a caution. Likelihood over-unders tonight of Gravy Taskin speeding in pit lane.
I think he'll definitely get a black flag at some point. Depending on whether it's from too many incidents or unsafe exit, something like that. Maybe a speeding, as you said.
Yeah.
But a big shout out to Paul anyway, because I know that he might be watching. So if you're watching out there, Gravy's going to try and win this for you.
I've got to give the shout out to Paul. Hopefully we'll be able to give a shout out to Paul a bit later on as well. I'll let you get back to it though. Best of luck in the race. I appreciate you coming and have a quick chat.
All right, thanks, Bingers.
Cheers, mate. Jack Anderson there, last week's race winner out at Langley as well. We've got a chopping in the chat there, surprise with his P1 in qualifying as well. Rounding out there, excited to watch everyone go vroom. Picker in the chat saying, hey Jade, watching more than one stream, eh? And then Rhiannon saying mayonnaise on an escalator. So that is, of course, the intro song for Jack Anderson whenever he walks out on stage to have a chat to us here. Warm-up session, though, is couple of moments or a couple of minutes still left in it here. So there have been a few lap times set in this warm-up. Gravy Taskin is out on track though at the moment. Let's drag him in for a very quick discussion. Mr. Taskin.
Gravy train.
Welcome in.
So
glad I could put you off enough to send you over the grass.
Yeah.
I wanted to quickly come pull you in. Obviously, you weren't here last week for Langley.
Yep.
And you haven't really had a chance to race super speedway stuff before, proper super speedway stuff, which is foot to the floor and hang on for your life.
Yeah.
How much pressure tonight has Paul Taskin put on you to win this race?
Oh, he's put lots of pressure. Look, all I can say is the man himself is watching tonight.
Oh, let's go, Paul Taskin. Yes.
Yeah, so big shout out to Paul Taskin.
The legend appears.
Yeah.
This Gravox Taskin is watching along with us tonight. We've got Gravy and Gravox involved.
Yeah, all I just want to say as well is I'm in it to win it tonight.
Oh, let's go. We love to hear that confidence.
And not
Gravy.
get in my way.
Oh, okay. A man to be careful of, the Spaniard Gravy Taskin, as he is full of confidence with Paul watching at home. Could it be Gravy's to win here this evening, or will it go the way of somebody else? We'll have to wait and see. As the next, I believe it's 50 laps of Talladega is about to get underway. And what a race we're in for tonight. We're doing a 10th of the distance of, obviously, the Talladega. Well, it's 500 miles for Talladega 500, but we're doing a 10th of the distance in terms of laps. 50 laps, Talladega Super Speedway action. It's all here live on Infinity Broadcasting. Where else would you want to be on a Friday night? Watch Jeremy Cameron kick his 100th goal this season against Essendon. Why would you want to do that for when you could be here and possibly see the legend of Gravy Taskin be born if he wins his first race? Or what about Chris Blanchard winning his first? Or Kurt Chapman? Or Steve Daniels? Or the Zin machine himself, the king of upper deckers, Ash de Vries racing out there too? Could it be him that gets the race win tonight? Could Scott Rankin get back into winning ways after missing so many rounds since round one? Could he finally get back up there and get himself another taste of that simulated champagne? 50 laps to decide it all, and the warm-up lap has begun. Gravy Taskin has just lit it up off the start line. Doesn't fill me with confidence for what's to come for Gravy, but we will see. So it'll be Tomlin, Blanchard, and all Chris front row of the grid. Chapman, Taskin got it up into the top 4 in qualifying. How in the hell did he do that? The Zin machine himself, Ash de Vries, Jack Anderson, David Lawler, Steve Daniels, Scott Rankin, Alexander Ferguson. Johnny McRowe is starting from pit road. So we'll see how that's going to play out for him this evening. I will pre-warn, as I did a few weeks ago, I am ill this week. I've actually got the flu, not COVID this time, so excuse me if I go quiet for a second. It might mean that I've had to apply a lozenge, or having a cough, or having a sneeze, so I do apologise if we get into a scenario like that. And I'll try not to yell too much tonight as well, I do promise. I can't always promise it, but I'll try. Chatterbin team says beg to differ, apparently, for what could happen here this evening. Tomlin, Blanchard, front row. And we'll get a pretty good view, I think, for the race start. Right down here as the green flag goes up for Barney. He awaits to wave it out at Talladega. And we'll wait for the cars to fly on by. Tomlin, Blanchard, Chapman, Taskin, de Vries. The top 5 for the start of this race as they traverse around the tri-oval to the start-finish line. We're underway out at Talladega. Oh, it's been massive contact already. Gravy Tasket is off the road, as are a couple of other cars as well. Scott Rankin's involved, Steve Daniels too. This here has been big contact early. Yellow flag has been thrown. So we need to watch, how has this occurred? How has this happened back there? Oh, did Taskin get dumped? That almost looked like Taskin was dumped by Anderson. We need to get a better view of it, because that there was a crazy, crazy moment. So it was up here. There's Gravy. He runs high. Anderson then just gets into the back of him a little bit. Round he goes, but that's not the only incident. Then there's this one here of Rankin and Daniels getting into each other as well. And that there was all hell breaks loose. Luckily for Taskin, he wasn't damaged. He just had a spin. Got served a little bit there. McRow is just on the back of the field right now. So Chapman is now our effective race leader. When we catch the pace car here. And with Tomlin on his heels, DeVries up there too, Blanchard, Anderson for our top 5, Lawler, Ferguson, Taskin, Rankin, Daniels, McRow. Now McRow should get his wave around, as he is unfortunately a lap down on the field at this stage somehow. I believe Rankin and Daniels into pit road, of course, get their fast repairs done and dusted, get themselves back up and running again. They'll make sure they've ticked one tick tyres on that scenario there. Let's have a quick chat to Taskin just again, because he was one of the cars that got spun there. Gravy, we've quickly just dragged you in here.
Gravy train.
Just because I wanted to ask you, you were dumped by Ando there. It looked like you kind of rode a bit high, and then he kind of got sucked in underneath you, and that's what spun you around. Any animosity between the two of you, or just that's racing?
That's just racing, let's just say.
Oh well, very fair. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't. I mean, at least you didn't end up in the wall, and you're still on the lead lap.
No, it's all good. Like, if I manage to get behind Anderson, you know, fair enough. I'll play with him a bit, but I'm not gonna purposely try and get him out.
Very aggressive and confident man you are right now, Gravy. That's fine. I just wanted to confirm that or not, but that's all good. But no, best of luck off this restart. We'll see if you can make some gains.
No worries. Thank you.
Most famous man in the field, Gravy Taskin, with the biggest fan base out there. I think we could at least agree for a couple of weeks ago. And hopefully we get some good long green running here tonight. David Lawler mentioning short tracks for you. Yeah, it doesn't just take short tracks to cause carnage or chaos or safety cars. It also happens with the super speedways as well. You know, so we've just got to wait and see how the drivers are going to do. So the pace car should be in on the next lap. So we should have one more behind the pace car. And that will then give us just an idea of where we stand and how we stand. I'm hoping, as I said, we get a nice long green period now for the next portion of this race, and that we can just keep it neat and tidy. That's what I'm hopeful for. Keep ourselves neat and tidy, keep ourselves pushing on. Rankin somehow has gone up to the front of the field. I don't know how that's happened. Chapman, Tomlin, DeVries, Blanchard, Anderson, Lawler, Ferguson, Taskin, Daniels, McRow at the back of the field now. think Rankin's just understood why, or what's wrong with that. He wasn't actually a lap down, so we'll head back to the rear of the field, and we'll try and get everything sorted here. I think McRow actually had an incident behind the pace car. He's just looking to come back now as well. Alexander Durakas in the chat. Let's go Taskins. He's giving the love to Gravy. We are on the Gravy train at the moment. He's a very confident man, gained a lot of confidence over the last few weeks. Didn't race last week. Apparently he was playing with some bearings or something. It's an interesting way to spend your Friday night. Well, he could have been racing at Langley. Well, this week, there's no bearings off his Tinder profile. Instead, he's going racing at Talladega. Lights out on the pace car. We'll go green flag once again. Off the pace car coming into pit lane. Hopefully we go longer than one corner. Hopefully we make a full lap under green flag running. That's what I hope for. If we can make one, we can make two. If we can make two, we can make four. If we can make four, we can make 20. And we can get a nice long green period started here at Talladega Superspeedway. Lap 4 of 50, lap 5 will get underway when we cross the start-finish line here at Talladega. Pace car coming in. Tri-oval getting hot on their heels for this restart zone once again. And we're back under green at Talladega. Watch this space, watch this moment. That's where we saw the incident on lap 1. They've made it through there nice and clean. Good to see. Into 3 for the first time in green conditions. Done well. Looking really, really strong now to make it to the end of this first lap under green flag running. It'll be the first full green flag lap we've done. A cracking effort off this restart by all drivers involved. Tomlin has now taken the race lead. De Vries has gone with him. Chapman, Anderson, Lawler and Blanchard hot on their heels. Ferguson has just set the fastest lap of the race, 54.96 on board that Princess Orange Camry. The Jet 2 Holiday machine. Rankin, Taskin, Daniels, McRow. The back end of the field. But look at De Vries go. He wants the race lead if he can get it. Look at that. We're getting into some proper Dega stuff now. 2 wide action, 2 trains running side by side around the tri-oval of Talladega. Not going to be 3 wide, is it? Here comes Anderson trying to get up the inside of Tomlin and De Vries. He can't quite get up high enough. He didn't quite have the toe. And the bump draft from the Project 36 car to Tomlin has just knocked that dream down a peg. Still 3 wide up through turn 1. Great action thus far. Really, really good to see. Ferguson goes fastest again, a 52.3 this time by. And this big old train is starting to choo down the tracks. And look at the pressure from Chapman in behind Tomlin. It's fast-paced stuff, and that's what we love to see. Just some fantastic racing. Look at that. Ferguson, Blanchard, Anderson, 3 wide across the tri-oval. Into 1 now. They're nearly 4 wide through here. If they're not careful, they'll do it. Getting into that rhythm now, though, and that's what's going to be key. Keeping the rhythm. Keeping yourself in the fight. Keeping yourself in the train and amongst the battle pack. Once you drop out of this battle pack and once you drop out of the tow, you can say bye, 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 like the Backstreet Boys, to the battle pack that once was You will get dropped so quickly if you can't remain amongst these battle packs. And look at this now. 2 wide, 3 astern. De Vries at the rear. She often loves to bring up the rear. And look at that. Ferguson now just etching ahead of Tomlin. Blanchard trying to sneak him through as well, so they want to try and carry the momentum if they can. This is great racing. Ferguson tucks down low and goes into the race lead. And Tomlin and Blanchard trying to fight over the same piece of real estate. But here comes Anderson as well on the outside. Blood, sweat and tears for this battle. We're going to go on to lap 10 and look at how many cars are closely contested together. It's absolutely insane stuff at Dega. Lap 10 of 50. And what a first fifth of this race we have had. Fast-paced action, changing of the guard, changing of the lead, and the strategies remain the same. Stay in the fight, stay clean. And this front pack has done well to break away from the cars in behind. They've got 3.3 seconds back to Rankin, Daniels and Taskin. And unfortunately for McRowe, because he's out of the tow now, and he's out of the battle pack, he's unable to re-catch back up to the little tri-pack of Taskin, Daniels and Rankin. And the front runners are currently chasing him down. It is going to be such a tough way and such a tough road for McRowe to get back into this thing. But look at all these cars battling away here. Lawler, Ferguson, Chapman, Tomlin, Anderson, Blanchard, De Vries. They're all involved. And they're all just trying to find their own piece of road, their own piece of real estate to battle for in this race. It's unbelievable stuff. Absolutely unbelievable. You see there Tomlin just tucking up right underneath the rear ginger of Ferguson. There you see him, right on him, trying to bump draft him on that low line, trying to keep him ahead of Lawler, trying to hold out those Project 36 cars. Tomlin wouldn't mind losing to Ferguson. He can't gain enough points to pass him in the championship. But he'll want to try and keep Anderson, Lawler and Chapman in behind him. He cannot afford to lose positions to them. As Fergo and Lawler and then McRowe. It's 3 wide. 2 lots of 3 wide action. What the hell? High line, low line, midline, all of it is getting on display here at Talladega. McRowe doesn't know where he is. He feels like he's winning the damn race. He's not. He's a lap down, but still, this is awesome stuff. Lawler into the race lead now. Chapman, Anderson, Blanchard, Ferguson. This here is some crazy stuff out at Talladega. This is the kind of super speedway action you've come to expect out of Talladega. Some incredible sights to be seen. 3 wide action between them. Unbelievable. Now onto the back stretch, and you can just see they just begin to let you away now as best they can. On board with Lawler. A couple of different angles available to us as he runs into turn 3. You have this feeling though that they can't go like this forever. Eventually it's going to break apart. Eventually one of them is going to make a mistake. And it's going to end in pure chaos, in pure insanity, and in a caution being thrown as well. They can't race close like this forever. I mean, look at that there. Anderson, Ferguson, McRowe, 3 wide nearly into 1. It's incredible stuff. Ash De Vries now sits with the fastest lap of the race. A 51.16 as they run down the back stretch. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. This sort of racing as we ride on board with De Vries. Let's just sit on board with him now for the next lap or so, and let's just get a feel for the sort of pace that this place has when you're at full noise. It's just ebbing and flowing. We're right on board with Alexander Ferguson at the moment. It's ebbing and flowing. The momentum shifts. They're like the seas. I mean, it comes in waves and how you best approach it. The Volvo there of Anderson, race winner last week at Langley. 2 weeks in a row, you've had completely different race styles ahead of you. Last week, short track action, very carnage field, a lot of chaos, a lot of cautions. This week, super speedway stuff. It's very, touch and go. You've got to get into these rhythms. It's foot to the floor. It's hold on for your life. Get into the train. Get into the battle. And the hope for the best that it doesn't blow up in a massive incident, because we know it can happen at Dega. We know that any little misstep, any little moment could cause chaos, could cause carnage, and could cause the caution to be called, and the pace car to come out. Strategy is going to be key in that moment. Cannot blunder it if we get into a caution fest. A little bit of a knock there from De Vries onto Anderson. Just to let him know that he's right there. Just let him know he's got an upper decker in his mouth with Jack's name all over it. This has been some great stuff though. Fantastic racing. And there's a lot of little nuances to this as well. You might look at this and think, oh, they're just going foot to the floor really fast. No, just turning left. There's a lot more to it than that. Trust me, there is a lot more to it. Knowing when to hang in the low line, knowing when you can go for a move on the midline or the high line, knowing when you've got the momentum to do so. Just even sitting at this higher pace, look at how close Lawler's getting to Blanchard. To race that closely together is such a challenge, and is such a challenging part of oval racing. It is full of nuance. It's not as clear cut, not as, in your face as circuit racing with how you approach it. There are so many little elements you have to put together and hope that it won't blow up in your face. That's the difficulty, and that's the trouble. Gravy Taskin's now made his way ahead of Scott Rankin, Steve Daniels as well, but these guys are going to try and work together to break down that 6.2 second gap up to Alexander Ferguson if they can. We'll bring them right back into the battle at the front of the field, and we'll bring them right back into contention for this race win. McRowe, there's not much he can do about it. He's got to hope for a caution just so he can get his lap back in this race. And Blanchard, you can see the kind of bump drive that's happening. In fact, we're inside the car of Lawler. That's how close the bump drafting is getting. They are just riding on the edge of grip, riding on the edge of what could be considered normality in oval racing. And it is full maximum pressure amongst this whole field. It is incredible stuff. Blanchard, Lawler, Chapman, the top three. Tomlin are with them as well. Anderson, Ferguson, De Vries. That is our top 7 battle. Johnny McRowe's in there as an 8th car, but he is a lap down at the moment. So he's got some work to do to get back into this thing. We going to take this quick moment just to go for a quick ad break to give thanks to our sponsors, VRS and iRacing as well. We appreciate everyone joining us once again here this evening. Don't go anywhere, more action to come your way from Talladega.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
We're back live at Talladega here for the IRWC Rod Knot Cup Round 7 of Season 1. Hot off the heels of that ad break, we saw the moment coming into pit lane. Back on your screens now to give you the preview of what happened. Chris Tomlin making contact with Kurt Chapman on the entry into pit road. I don't think he was prepared for Chapman to be slowing up. So Tomlin came on through. They lost that whole front end. And then you'll see Chapman just cross the road right there. Questions being asked whether these are unsafe pit entries or anything like that. Caution was not thrown. But, yeah, it's a very hairy moment for those guys out there on the road at the moment. But we're one lap away from halfway here at Talladega. Jack Anderson leads the way. Blanchard, Rankin and De Vries racing away here for position. Blanchard took tyres on that last stop. Rankin and De Vries have not. They appear to have only taken fuel on that last pit stop there. It appears that Blanchard has taken right side tyres only. For the rest of the field, Anderson didn't take tyres. Daniels didn't take tyres. Chapman, Ferguson, Taskin, Lawler, Tomlin, McRow Well, Lawler and McRow, Lawler and Tomlin, sorry, those guys had penalties, it seems. They've had stop and holds. The McRow had a pit stop, only a couple laps to go here. But the battle continues on for what is effectively P2 in this race, as Blanchard, De Vries and Rankin are in a line of stern once again on lap 25 of 50. 4.6 seconds was the gap up to the race leader, Jack Anderson, and that's not good for the P2 contenders, because Anderson's now got tow and he's got some slipstream with Chop Tomlin. Now, will Chop be willing to work with Anderson? That is the question, because these guys, well, they're championship contenders together. These guys are rivals this season. Now, they're not going to make it to the end on their fuel, but is he going to be willing to work with him, or is he going to try and hold him up to try and get him chewed up by the pack oncoming behind, as De Vries and Rankin get past Blanchard this time by. Time will tell. 25 to go, though. Here we go, 25 to go in the Dega 50 here this evening for the IRWC Rod Knott Cup. It was determined that next season for the Rod Knott Cup, there'll be a new generation coming your way. Rod Knott Cup, next generation, will be starting next season, replacing the Rod Knott Cup this season. Well, we're not having the ARCA cars next season, if you can tell by the name. Rod Knott Cup Next Generation will be running the Next Gen NASCARs. So the Next Gen Camaro, Mustang, and I believe the Toyota Supra or Camry. I think it's the Camry actually. Next Gen Camry. So we'll be going Next Gen Racing next season, and the ARCA cars will get put into the locker for a little bit. We may make it that we change cars every season. We may make it that we change them every few seasons. And next season we'll be going Next Generation Racing, with the ARCA cars getting put in the cupboard for a little period of time. Kent Chapman, Jordan Ferguson are battling away as well, a bit further back. So they've got in their line of stern at the moment, but it's all about this battle here for P2, because they're trying to chase down Jack Anderson, who's 3.5 seconds ahead of them at this stage. He didn't take tyres on that last stop. Neither did De Vries or Rankin, though. So if he doesn't get caught up by them, this could pay out well for him, because he will be able to take tyres later on. Guys are battling away nicely though. We're only up with a 1 caution thus far. That was on lap 1. Ever since then we have gone 28 laps just about. Green running here this evening. So time will tell how much better we can continue on for, and how much more green running we're going to get in this race. Are we going to get more cautions? We're going to stay green. We'll have to wait and see. Grady Taskin is in 8th place at the moment. He's on his lonesome. Tomlin and Anderson. Well, Anderson's just given him some help. He's allowed him to get past Lawler, where Rankin, Blanchard and De Vries are now going to have to traverse past Lawler when they catch up to him. So this is now really starting to heat things up for us. We're getting into a little bit of a simmer now. Just a little bit of a simmer. Not quite a rolling boil. We're getting into some pressure, and pressure can create diamonds. And for Anderson, he would love his 2nd race win of the season. In fact, he'd love to get his 2nd race win in a row this season as well. The only driver to do so if he can pull that off. And with Tomlin right in front of him, knowing that they took green flag pit stops the last time by, well, if we can manage to take a yellow flag pit stop, he's going to be in the money to try and do so here this evening. So time will tell though, but this battle for P2 is hot. Absolutely hot. With Rankin, Blanchard and De Vries battling away. 21 laps to go. Let's see how they do across the proceedings for the rest of this race. run it up, down, up towards the tri-oval. We can see as well, race leader's just catching a little bit more traffic now. That there was Gravy Taskin, who's been caught out by the train, being able just to run their way through. Watch what he sees. See what he sees. Watch what he does as he runs onto this back straight. 20 to go. We know that any little moment could cause a caution to get thrown here at Dega. Look at the gain though that he gets under this slipstream. That's how strong it is. It's how powerful the slipstream can be. In fact, now that there's a little 4-pack of cars, Anderson's built his gap back out to 4.5 seconds over P2 and Scott Rankin, Chris Blanchard and Ash DeVries at the moment. So this has worked out extremely well for the race leader. One thing that he'll be wanting now is for us to go green flag to the end. That's what Anderson will want. He won't want a yellow flag thrown. Look at Taskin though, trying to get the run under the slipstream. You're not going to go for it quite yet, Gravy. You need some push behind you to get the job done there. He's going to have to just tuck back in. He needs to learn. You just got to tuck him behind. You got to wait for the chance to get pushed forward. You got to wait for your turn. You're never going to get it done without some slipstream ahead of you. And Anderson won't want to give you any right now because he's in the hot pocket. He's in the hot seat. He's got 2 of his contenders with him, but they are at the very back of the field and he's in the race lead. 5.3 seconds now, so this train is helping him so much in holding back Rankin, Blanchard and DeVries from chasing him down. He's just going to stay in the pocket. He's going to just tuck ahead now and maybe try and force the air for the other 2 to continue following him along. He'll take the lead of the train and allow Tomlin and Lawler and Taskin just to save a bit of fuel as they run up towards the start-finish line once again. So Anderson doing a top-level effort here at the front of the field. Gap is now out to 5.9 seconds. Back to Chris Blanchard, Ash DeVries and Scott Rankin. This could be tight. It could be a very interesting strategic play to the end of this race. 17 to go. Not much left in it for them. We'll have to wait and see if they can catch him because the gap's only growing. 6.1 seconds now. The bump draft is helping Anderson immensely from Lawler, pushing him along, allowing him just to continue to race forward because they know there's no point hindering him. If they hinder him, they're only hindering themselves. So they're willing to work with him just to get some meat on the bone, just to try and drag themselves around. 16 to go here at Dega. 4 cars in this little lead battle pack, but it's only the lead battle pack because Anderson is in the race lead. The gap's now out to 6.6 seconds, back to Blanchard. These guys have got to start bump drafting. They've got to start doing something if they hope to catch him. There will be one more stop in this race, but these guys have got to hope. They've got to hope they can try and chase down Anderson because at the moment he's got enough time in hand that he could take right-hand side tyres and remain in the race lead. He's got that in his back pocket. He's got some spare time that he can take 2 tyres and make it to the end with some fresh rubber. And that is going to be crucial for him come the end of this race. This is only playing into Ando's hands. The gap's only growing. Blanchard and DeVries, they're trying to do something. They're trying to will themselves on. They're trying to get in to this little draft train, but they almost need a 4th car. They almost need another car to help them pull forward because they just cannot shut down this gap that is ever growing and ever flowing. for Jack Anderson at the front of the field. $14 to go. We'll see if they come in with 10 laps left, or if it's going to be a bit earlier or a bit later. Anderson went longer on that last stint. He went 21 laps on that last stint. That would take him to lap 42 on this stint. It'll give him 8 laps. Does he take tyres or does he just take fuel? That's the question. I mean, can he afford to take no tyres? The grip advantage would be massive if he could. He has got some good gap now, 6.6 seconds is the gap back to Blanchard. De Vries and Rankin are right there with him. I mean, I can't even call if they're even going to catch him. I mean, I know that De Vries and Rankin didn't take tyres on that last stop. And since we're looking to go green pretty much the whole way, without a guarantee of a yellow being thrown, how could you be guaranteed that you're going to need to save a set of tyres for the end of this race? So you get to that stop, all of a sudden you think to yourself, oh, I probably just need to take tyres here. Daniels into pit lane. So Steve Daniels is in. He's the first to take that second and final stop of the race. So we'll keep an eye on what sort of strategy play that is for Daniels in this one. The issue now is as well for Lawler, Taskin, Tomlin, McRow and Daniels, as Blanchard, Rankin and De Vries are all in. So they've all had to come in with 12 laps to go. We've got to keep an eye now on the tyre strategy. What sort of tyre strategy have they got at play? What have they got up their sleeve here? Anderson's still in that train. These guys had to come in together. Rankin has bygone tyres. So has De Vries. No tyres for either of them. I think Blanchard is taking tyres, so he's out of that. So no tyres, just gas for De Vries and Rankin on that stop. What about Anderson? What does he do? What does he do when he comes in? He's still got the draft train of Taskin and Tomlin, as Lawler's just come down pit road as well. This is iRacing. Greg in the chat, this is iRacing. What strategy now does Anderson play? Ferguson, Chapman down pit road. We suspect that Anderson, Taskin and Tomlin are all going to be in as well. They've got to come in. But does Anderson take the tyres? Or does he only take fuel? Into pit road they come. Oh, it's a wild ride. Is that going to cost Anderson? Could that cost Anderson on that entry into pit road? Where is De Vries? They're on the back stretch. Anderson's in. Hopefully for his sake that didn't cost him, because that was a wild ride into pit road. He's not taken tyres. He's just taken fuel. As he's having some blinking issues here on the exit. Here comes De Vries and Rankin. Here comes De Vries and Rankin. Anderson's blinked. He's there. He's still there. He's exiting now. 10 to go. 10 laps to go here at Talladega. And Anderson has come out with no draft train around him. And De Vries and Rankin are on the same tyre strategy as him. But they're a couple of seconds back. What an unbelievable storyline as this has come to fruition tonight. He's got to get up to pace if he can. These guys are pushing past the lap traffic that once helped Anderson in this race. 4 seconds is the gap, and it's only closing. It's only getting shorter and shorter between P2, P3, and up to P1 in Anderson. He needs some tow. He needs someone to draft off of. Otherwise, they're going to eat him alive when they catch up to him. 2.5 seconds. They're on the move. They're on the major move. He's got Taskin. He's just gone past him. Oh my God. What a storyline to the very end of this race. For Anderson, for De Vries and Rankin, the gap's down to 1.5 seconds. It's going to be a draft train battle for the ages to the very end of this race. And here they come. They're getting dragged forward right now by Ash De Vries. There's not much that Anderson can do about it. He's got to let them go with 8 laps to go here. So De Vries into the race lead. Rankin on the high line. Anderson is the only other car in this pack who's battling for this race lead right now. All the others are lapped. Blanchard, Lawler, Tomlin are all lapped cars. So is Taskin. This has really heated up now to a pure maximum result. 7 laps to go when we hit the start-finish line. De Vries, Rankin, Anderson, they're all the ones in it. If a caution's thrown, it'll bring Chapman, Ferguson and Daniels back into it as well. But the man at the front of this pack isn't even the race leader. Tomlin in that 212 car is back in P7 at the moment in this race. But look at how much they're getting. Oh, it's contact. 136 into the side of Anderson. That there was David Lawler. And that there is a yellow flag thrown. We've got to look at that again. In fact, we've got to go a little bit further back, I think. Where is Anderson's car? There it is right there. Let's ride on board with him as this moment happens. Oh yeah, it looks like the 136 has just moved over on him. Let's have a quick chat. Let's have a quick chat to Jack Anderson, see how he feels after that. Jackos, we've got to have a quick chat here. Welcome in. Wonderful. That moment there, Lawler moving over into the walls brought out the caution. Are you glad the caution's out, or were you hoping it was going to stay green?
I was hoping it was going to stay green, and because now I've got a massive amount of damage on my car, so I've got to repair it.
Oh.
I'm not blaming team orders, but kind of maybe since the championship is so close with his teammate.
He did move over on you and put you.
It was very unexpected. I didn't expect him to go that hard over.
It was an interesting strategy for sure, Cotton. I'm going to let you go quickly here, Jackos. Concentrating your pit stop. We're going to have a quick chat to De Vries. I've got to see how he feels.
All right.
Mr. DeVries.
Oh no.
I know.
Hi, my name.
Got an upper decker in, and I'm sure you've got a tent pitched as well. P2 at the moment. Ready to attack for the next 5 laps or so?
Oh, mate. This has been interesting. It was. I thought it was going to be another yellow flag riddled race, but we got some really good clean running in there, and after the pit stop had an incident on the way in. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just an incident.
And the good thing is, when I came out behind Scott, he's actually been coaching me a little bit, and we managed to, get through. And he's used and abused me. Now he's P1, so going to try and get my own back on him now. But this has been great, really strategic and hardcore.
I reckon you got to maybe just give him a little nudge or two and
Oh.
just sneak on by. I reckon that's going to be the strat.
Oh, mate, this in machine, we're going strong, all right.
That's
one in
good.
the top, one in the bottom. Gotta put us into that foreskin, mate.
Oh, mate, you do indeed. All right, we'll let you go. Best of luck on the restart. Looking forward to seeing how you
appreciate
go.
it.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's go, mate. Cheers.
Oh. Wow. So we should be going green flag running as of the next lap. Burnout 3 in the chat with us. Great to have you in watching along. Major pressure moments. We can't claim that it was team orders or anything like that for David Lawler on Jack Anderson, but it's a very tentative scenario because David did move over on him, put him into the wall. We've got a caution, and now Chapman, who is David's teammates, now up the order into P3. It's a wild scenario how this could play out. It's a wild storyline. These narratives that can come together. Well, it's good enough for a full novel, it would seem. And the chapters that have been playing out throughout this race have been incredible. Oh, he just wobbles. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, well, David wobbled that one. We'll see if Kurt can do the same thing, because we know that he has wobbled some strategy plays before. But it'll be 3 laps to go when we go green flag running. That means if we get a yellow flag called off this restart, it'll be a green, white, checkered scenario. Anderson is back up there with this main pack. He's got work to do, though, back in P7 if he hopes to try and gain some points over Tomlin and, crucially, Chapman up in P3. DeVries looking for his first win of the season. Rankin looking to get another. Let's see how they go off this restart here at Talladega. We're going to go full noise, no comms for this next restart lap, because we got to feel Dega as these cars get running again. So pace car will come in. It'll be 3 laps to go. We'll hook back in at 2 laps to go and catch up once again. It's anyone's game towards the end of this race. It's whoever is going to carry the momentum to the next portion. That's who's going to take the win right now. So this is it. This is going to be the run home. Now, if we get green, white, checkered, obviously we'll then reset. We'll get back into the scenario again. If not, we could be at checkered flag before you know it. Pace car will come in. Talladega will light up once again with Rod Knock Cup action. Rankin and DeVries will lead us to the restart zone. We'll see you with 2 to go. Let's see how they get going again. We were going to stay silent for this lap, but that's a big moment. Kurt Chapman off the road thanks to contact with Ash DeVries. How in the hell has that happened? And what it's done now is it's now allowed Anderson and Tomlin to the front of the field. Wild stuff. We've got to quickly watch this back just before we get into the swing of things. So how did this happen off the restart? So they got going. Oh, and then it's DeVries and Chapman that got hooked up together. They just got hooked up and off the road they went. No contact into the wall. 2 laps to go though at Dega. Anderson, Tomlin, Rankin, Ferguson all in the battle for the race lead. And for the championship lead, it comes down to this. With Anderson and Tomlin battling away. Whoever beats the other tonight will lead the title race into next week's event. Oh, big tank slugger for Ferguson in the background. Somehow he got back into it. Tomlin's also dropped position now as well. Anderson's trying to cover that inside line as best he can. Chapman's into pit road. White flag next time round here at Talladega. Anderson leads the way. Who is going to get the benefits at the end of this race? Who's going to take home the chocolates here at Dega? McRowe's up there too, so is Lawler. Tomlin as well. Contact's made with Blanchard. Anderson's gone round in a massive moment. Tomlin and Dan Lawler have gone past. It's final lap stuff right now. And the pressure has been to its maximum. What a moment on the final lap. Anderson is at the back of the field. I don't think there was anything untoward with Blanchard off that moment, but it's through the final corner we come. Have any of them got an opportunity to get through to the race lead? McRowe wants to go for it to the start-finish line. Checkered flag's gonna fly. Blanchard, McRowe, Blanchard takes the win at Dega. Rankin and Tomlin the top 4. Daniels, Ferguson make up the top 6. Lawler, DeVries, Anderson, Taskin and Chapman at the back end of the field. What a race. What out there. Hands up. Pure cinema. Absolute pure cinema. What a moment to the very end of that race. What a moment for us there. And we'll wait. I do apologise. We'll wait for our for our race winner to come and have a quick chat to us if he is going to. This is how they ended out though, off the results of that one. So Blanchard takes the win to McRowe, Tomlin, Rankin, Daniels, Ferguson, DeVries, Anderson, Lawler, Taskin and Chapman in the very end of that race. Chop Tomlin's in the green room. I'm not chatting to Chop. I'm sorry, he didn't win. He didn't finish on the podium. Kurt Chapman saying podium to last. Oh, it's an unfortunate one, Kurt. I don't know what to say. It just looks like you both got hooked up and off the road you went. That was what it looked like to me. So we'll see how our, or if our podium comes and chats to us. Oh, well, we might as well actually chat to Mr. Rowe. He did finish in P2. Mr. Rowe, congratulations, P2 in the end. Congrats on the result, man. Well done.
Very unexpected after being a lap down the whole race, which I don't know why I was in the first place.
I don't know. It looked like you started from pit road and then, for whatever reason, it classified you as a lap down. It was weird.
Yeah, and then so that first caution, it was saying to pass everyone, and then it gave me the black flag.
That's very weird.
So, yeah. But hey, to get second, I was close to first, but yeah.
You nearly had it.
It was good fun.
Jacko's nearly had it as well. Unfortunately, he got murdered.
Yeah.
I think we'll blame Gravy for that one, shall we?
About time someone else took the blame.
We'll blame Gravy, mate. I'm sure Jack will blame you for being so high up the order, but no, a good race from yourself, nonetheless. I mean, you got to run around with that front pack for a little while, even though you were a lap down. You were able just to run with them for a bit and just kind of hang amongst the pack.
Yeah, I do enjoy these super speedways. It makes nice tight racing. That if you can stay in the slipstream, then yeah, it's good fun. Sketchy, but good fun.
Oh yeah, real sketchy. Do you prefer, or did you prefer like this sort of race or last week's sort of more short track action style of racing for Langley?
This one for sure.
Based on the result, or just yeah, no, I agree. I think we had 22 in the end last week, where this week we only had the 2, so it was that was good.
Yeah,
but yeah,
a majority green race with the caution here and there is good fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. It means we get so we actually had. I think we had green pit stops for the first time this whole season as well. I don't think we've had green pit stops prior to now. I think they've all been under caution.
Yeah, so that was good. So you're trying to work with the guy in front or behind to pit at the same time, so then you have that draft or that push when you come out to try and catch back up. It was cool.
Well, you did really well tonight, Johnny. Congrats on your P2. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to. And yeah, for myself and the rest of the league, congrats on that second place here tonight. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Just Jacko and the Velocity boys. Yeah. Thanks for that.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, we got Chop in the green room. We'll have a quick chat to him. I will preface, so Chop, you didn't finish on the podium.
Didn't I?
No, you finished P4.
I thought I finished P3.
No, you were P4. Rankin was P3.
I got Rankin at the line.
No, it's classifying Rankin as P. It's classified him as P3. What the hell? Oh, no, the timing's off. That's why. Then we have
I went
the
and
results. Oh, yep, no, that's all right. You are P3. Oh, better say that's just it's lied to me. But no. Well, P3 in the end. Probably helped with the fact tonight, majorly, that Ando got dumped on the last lap there by Blanchard, although I don't think that was supposed to happen from Chris's perspective, but that just happened. But talk us through your race, because obviously for a while there you were a lap down and actually having to help Jack just kind of continue on forward, because by helping him you were helping yourself. Talk us through that race and how you felt, especially when that caution got thrown towards the end.
First off, I want to say sorry to the Project 36 crew. I just had a complete mind blank coming into pits, and I was looking at my fuel to see if I could go another lap, and just missed my braking marker by a big margin and hit one of them. I'm not sure which one it was, but just want to say sorry to them for that.
It was Kurt Chapman you hit, so you actually hit your championship contender. Well, they're both contenders, but you hit the one that was closer to you in points.
Yeah, I was sorry for that. Just complete mind blank. But apart from that, got a 40-second stop and hold for the speeding in pits for that. So went a lap down from there, and just was praying for that safety car. But thought I'd help Jack out, and just it was a win-win for both of us. So just kept chugging along, and then when that safety car came out, I asked my teammate if he was the one that caused it, because he's been sinking a few jacks, so thought it might have been him getting a bit loose or something. But then I seen on the timing that Dave must have got a meatball with Jack or whatever it was. So really helped, because I had Scott push me back up towards to be on the lead lap, so I didn't have to get the lucky dog or wave around. So that helped a lot. So, and then it was just full send at the end.
Well, sometimes full send at the end can pay off for you. I am going to have to cut our conversation a bit short tonight, because my voice has been absolutely destroyed, especially by those last 10 laps. And I was ill-pride and anyway.
And not having any brakes.
Yeah, exactly. I only got one ad break, and it was at the halfway point. But great job tonight, mate. Really well done. We'll catch up post-race a bit more, but let us know anyone you want to give a shout-out to. Anyone who may be watching out there with us as well, and from me and the rest of the league, congratulations on your P3 here tonight.
Yeah, cheers, Hamish. Just want to say thanks to the LCR crew, you, Hamish, for broadcasting it, and let me stick around. And yeah, that's really it.
No worries, mate. Thank you so much. We'll chat to
Take
you
it easy.
soon.
Yeah.
Bye. Next up, we have our race winner here this evening of WKMP Sim Sports. It is Chris Blanchard. Mr. Blanchard, I heard a little word that you had a deal with your partner that when you win something, you get something. Well, you've officially won something. So do you get something now?
I don't know. He might be nice to me at hockey tomorrow because we play in the same team. So yes, Scott does. So he might have to look after the old guy a bit. I think
I reckon he will.
that was a bit unexpected. That and sort of apologies to Jack. I didn't mean to push him that, but Scott just ran me through that, and I'm learning. I'm learning NASCAR. It's a completely different style, and I accidentally turned him there, so I didn't mean to, and all apologetic there.
Well, it's all a part of the learning curve, isn't it? And part of the learning game as well. We've got to dump someone eventually. It just happened that it was Ando this week for you, but you're running a pretty comfortable spot there for quite a while. We've got it on screen now. You, Scott, and Ash running together for quite a few laps. How has the learning curve been going from the supercar, obviously, to this car, and learning those little nuances of, how you strategize around this type of racing and how you try and get your momentum throughout the track as well? How's that learning curve been coming from the supercar?
A lot better than it could have been. Having Scott in my ear a lot of the weeks, he's very experienced, and we're in the same Discord together, and he's continually coaching the whole time. And it is still a learning curve, trust me. Some of the earlier tracks, because I've had to miss a few weeks, but learning that tyre conservation, how to look after the tyres, it is a completely different style of driving. So it's a big learning curve, and if I didn't have somebody there to help me, it'd be a lot bigger learning curve. I would have no idea what I would have to learn. So it's handy having someone there to help, because otherwise I'd be buggered. I'd have no idea.
So when can we next expect the other WKMP boys to make a return, the likes of Billy, Troy, and Mr. Warboys out on track with us? I know life can get in the way sometimes, but we were kind of hoping we could see the lot of yous out there just having a bit of a tangle together.
Yeah, I know, and that's the problem. Life gets in the way, because I know Blake's had work issues, changes at work, and I don't know what Troy and Billy are up to this week, but we're only talking to John about that just before we got into qualifying, about trying to get some more of the WKP boys into this, because it's a good let your hair down of a Friday night after we've been sort of concentrating on vets and other stuff during the week. And me personally, I find it relaxing to get out of the supercar for a while and go and race something else. So that's why I was really, really keen on these. Just something you can hop in, learn, have a bit of fun. And away from your main class or category of racing that you do.
I know, and then we get some Americans starting to just intercept our ranks and be like, "No, we want to take this seriously, please." Whilst we're all here letting our hair down, but no, I mean, and that was the whole point. Get drivers out there learning a different style of racing, throwing some curveballs here and there. But doing some road courses and stuff like that, but offering the different styles of oval racing across the series. Obviously, short track, regular speedway, super speedway. And then obviously taking these things to road courses as well. Next season, we're running the next-gen cars, so hopefully we can see you out there again learning in those things. We won't put the ARCA cars away forever, though. We will bring them out again eventually. But we just want to allow drivers to learn different types of stock cars and different types of stock car racing and build that regimen once again of, the different... you can learn different driving styles for ovals in completely different car types on the oval, but they all go together in some beautiful symphony together. So that's what we're after.
Yeah, that's where I was disappointed. I missed out on the round of Watkins Glen when you're talking about the road courses, because I am running the H shifter, and I was really looking forward to doing that.
Well, I can give you the pre-up. We're planning 2 road courses next season. Currently penciled in as the front runners is Chicago and Sonoma. Those are our 2 front runners at the moment.
that'd be good. Except for we're going back to the sequential shift if we go to next gen. So
This is true, but in saying that, we will always try and keep a road course on there, and if if the drivers decide they want to go to a different car for the season afterwards, where we run an H pattern shifter again, then you will get the opportunity to run it on a road course. So, yeah.
Hopefully so, but the road, it's actually something I normally do during in between the seasons for V8 vets and that. I actually, the last couple of years before the Gen 3 car come out, I used to hop in the next gen car and go and practice Bathurst or do road courses in the next gen car. So it's, or the Chicago course, obviously after SVG had his win. So it's something that I've actually spent a bit of time mucking around in, and they are a lot of fun. They are good. They move around more. You can feel the tyre a lot more moving. So they are a fun package on road. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you can pull out of those next-gen cars next season, Chris. But let us know anyone you want to give a shout-out to, anyone who may be watching along with us. And for myself, Jack, and the rest of the league, congratulations on your first race win here in the Rodnott Cup. And your race win, of course, at Talladega, probably one of the best places you could have done it.
Yeah, shake and bake. So, good. Look, I'm just a shout-out to you guys. I'm not sure on basically the sponsorship side of things, but look, just a shout out to you guys for putting it on. As again, I can't thank Scott enough for the coaching he's given me. So that's good. And shout out to the other guys. There was a really good vibe in there tonight about trying to learn how to run in a pack. So just shout out to everyone else out there.
I reckon just quietly we got to try and get Baldock involved in ovals.
Yes.
See what he can do in the Blue 37.
Yes, that was the thing, but we've got to try and stop him from watching himself on the replay on a Friday night too. So that's our problem.
Yeah, that's very true. Well,
I
know the road to that happening. Then, Chris, we get him to win Split 4. He has to go up to Split 3. He can't watch Split 4 then on Fridays. What does he do? He comes racing with us in ovals. That's the roadmap.
I was just about to say I can have a little word in Bruce's ear and just see if we can get him. The old pub test. Basically we're very drunk during the pub test, and we dragged Baldock up to Split 3, and that way he's got no excuses at all.
Conversations maybe had behind the scenes, but well, Chris, thank you so much for coming over to chat to me. Best of luck next time out on track when you're with us again, and congratulations on your race win. Very well done.
All right, thanks, Hamish.
Thank you, Chris. Well, that will bring an end to our broadcast here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our race winner, Chris Blanchard, there. Come and have a quick chat at the end of that one. Appreciate everybody's time being here with us once again. A massive shout out to our series sponsors, VRS Virtual Racing School, Infinity Broadcasting, SPP Graphics, and Black Art Designs as well. If you're watching over on Twitch here this evening, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't done so already, hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. Next up on your docket, Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we go racing with the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Action for Season 24, Round 7, out at Circuito de Jerez. Will we go 7 different winners in the first 7 rounds of that series, or will we finally get a or will we finally get a multi-time winner this season? Only time will tell. You'll have to wait and see. Me and a surprise co-commentator will be in the booth for that one, as Brett Fisher is away overseas at the moment, so I hope Brett is enjoying his holiday. Monday night as well for the VRS Porsche Cup Series. We're going racing at Long Beach for round 9 of that series, so that's going to be incredible. But I've been Hamish Munro. This has been the IRWC Rodnott Cup. Appreciate everybody's time being here with us once again. We'll see you guys soon for more action here on the Infinity Broadcasting channel. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.